Once upon a time, men were classified as either alpha male or the beta male. Alpha males were at the front of the pack due to their leadership characteristics, self-assurance, and no-nonsense approach to life. However, as we learn more about people, we've discovered that there are variations of alpha and beta personalities, and a new type of personality appears to be emerging. Sigma male is neither alpha nor beta, and he marches to the beat of his own drum. The Sigma male is a big issue in psychology right now, and people are paying attention to what this new personality type is doing in the world. The first weird habit of Sigma males is that they love being alone but value other people. One of the first things a Sigma man will notice is how much they love their own isolation. Despite their capability to switch on their charisma and charm whenever appropriate, Sigma guys are never more at ease than when they are alone. They are introverts who need time and space to reflect and decompress since other people drain their energy, no matter how important those people are to them. Having said that, Sigma guys realize the value of having valuable individuals around them because they know they won't be able to complete all of their goals on their own. This means that being in a relationship with a Sigma guy might be challenging, especially for women who are used to men who obsess and adore them. Sigma men are best coupled with women who don't need to be constantly present with their partners because such relationships can be emotionally and mentally demanding for a Sigma man. Sigma males have always existed, doing their own thing on the outskirts of culture. These are the people who make and break the rules. Sigma males were originally regarded to be an uncommon type of guy, but with the rise of internet and the opportunity to work and live anywhere, Sigma males are emerging and becoming more mainstream. I've got 10 more weird habits of Sigma males on our list today. Let's get into it. Welcome to Success for Breakfast, where I'm serving up brain food made simple. Hit that subscribe button to get daily videos created to give you the tools to level up and love your life. Leave a comment and let me know that you have subscribed because I'm going to go in and make sure I reply to as many of you as I can when you do. Number 10 on our list of weird habits of Sigma males today is he is a silent leader. What images come to mind when you think of a traditional leader? Someone who is always on the front lines, surrounded by officials or subordinates, someone who is always on the highest floor, making executive decisions. An alpha male that speaks loudly always appears large and frightening, and doesn't appear to be someone who you would want to mess with. However, Sigma guys are capable of being leaders in the same way that alpha males are, but they take a different approach. Sigma men can be relied on to get the job done. They have the ideal combination of self-reliance, introspection, and intelligence to solve any problem and transform something inefficient into something efficient. You should always have a male Sigma on your team. You get the confidence and leadership of an alpha guy without any of the drawbacks associated with someone who has a strong and fragile ego that requires regular confirmation. A Sigma guy will never give up, no matter how difficult or inconvenient the situation. Instead, he will persevere until he discovers a way around it. They are the types who aren't scared to do what needs to be done, even if it's unbecoming of a leader, because the goal, not their image, is their first priority. The next weird habit of a Sigma male is he knows how to adapt to different situations. Alpha males can seize control of a social group or circumstance and declare themselves the leader, but establishing your own leadership isn't always possible or recommended. When alpha men don't receive the respect or power they believe they are entitled to, they tend to become a lesser version of themselves. This is where a Sigma man has an advantage. While a Sigma guy can be in control when necessary, they don't need the affirmation of being the leader in numerous social contexts and power dynamics. They are content to play whatever position is required of them at any given time, which means they are more fluid and flexible than alpha males, and so more likely to succeed in any setting. A Sigma guy can be a follower, a leader, or any position in between with no self-imposed expectations or pressures, as long as they know they are being used efficiently and productively. The difficulty with this, though, is it can occasionally irritate others. The Sigma male's unreserved confidence and freedom to play any role might come across as arrogant, scaring those around him. Coming in at number 8 of weird habits of Sigma males is he treats everyone around him the same way. So much of our daily lives are based on social hierarchies, which we are introduced to as early as elementary school. Most of us grow up knowing who the popular kids are and how to act around them, as well as how to act around the unpopular kids. And those habits, behaviors, and social structures stick with us into adulthood. Sigma guys despise these intangible and meaningless power dynamics based only on unearned social rank. They completely reject the idea that you should treat one person one way and another person another just because there are some unseen rules defining what kind of person he or she is. So unlike most of us, a Sigma guy is quite content to treat everyone around him in the same manner. One of the reasons they make great leaders is because they don't limit the voices in the room to only those who have yes-manned their way to the top. They see value and intelligence wherever they find it, and they are not intimidated by others since they are not competing with them. If you've enjoyed this video so far, please show your appreciation by clicking the like button. That tells YouTube that you believe other people should see this video as well. The seventh weird habit that Sigma males have is he understands the importance of silence. Sigma guys are men who don't say much. They practically never talk on and on about the little things in their lives, talking and gossiping about things. And this is because, first and foremost, they don't worry about petty, unimportant things that may no longer matter in a day, but also because they recognize the importance of protecting their own energy, and few things are more essential to a Sigma guy than their own energy. But just because they're quiet doesn't mean they'll let themselves be pushed around. Alpha males are dominating extroverts, whereas Sigma men are dominant introverts. They command the room merely by entering into it with their presence and aura, whereas an alpha male may command the room by his voice or actions. When dealing with a Sigma male, it's critical to provide him with the quiet time he needs. Most people don't realize that quiet between two people doesn't always imply a lack of vibe or connection, and being the person who can offer a Sigma guy the silence they require without being weird about it is an easy way to become a pillar in their life. Number 6 on our weird list of habits of Sigma males is he's morally gray or worse. Sigma guys aren't always the best people around, but as they say, it's all in perspective. Sigma males can be righteous defenders of what they feel to be right or wrong, or they can be cynical and jaded. In either case, their capability makes them a force to be reckoned with in terms of the status quo. Most Sigma males end up someplace in the morally ambiguous zone. They are generally introspective and intelligent enough to recognize that many aspects of the system just does not make sense, and as a result, they don't demand the true respect that society accords them. They can identify holes in social structures and don't always understand why we look to them for guidance, so they are more likely to utilize their powers to disturb the existing quo. While this doesn't imply that Sigma guys are horrible people, it does imply that they must comprehend the reasoning behind what they do and support. If they don't, they'll be hard-pressed to put in the effort to perform something that appears silly to them. Breaking into the top 5 today is, he hates living life safely. The Sigma male is unafraid of taking chances. This isn't to imply he's always exerting power or acting dangerously. Unlike full-fledged rebels, Sigma guys don't mind breaking a few rules or taking calculated risks if it benefits themselves. He doesn't do this to show off his authority or command others' respect, unless that's part of his goal, but to move his projects forward. Every danger has a purpose. The perfect combination of pragmatism and idealism is what makes Sigma guys such effective leaders and companions. They comprehend the best case scenario and generate scenarios that, while not perfect, are better appropriate and more likely for a specific condition. Sigma males are frequently found at the top of the food chain in any situation they're in. They have multifaceted personalities and despise being pigeonholed. As a result, the Sigma male in your life is almost never an archetype. They excel as sportsmen, entrepreneurs, thinkers, and creatives simply because they can widen their minds and adapt to succeed in any situation. Coming in at number 4 on today's list of weird habits of Sigma males is he's incredibly self-aware. One of the key characteristics of a Sigma guy is introspection. Unlike an alpha male who projects himself outward for all those to see, the Sigma male focuses on himself and how his actions affect his entire existence. Sigma males are exceedingly self-aware. They are aware of their strengths and are actively attempting to improve the deficiencies they believe are important. Instead of spending his time surrounded by people, the Sigma male is generally seen in his bubble, evaluating what he could have done better. Even though they lack the best social graces, they manage to avoid controversy because they understand how to handle social situations and come out as charming. As someone who spends their entire life in their brains and doesn't seek approval, they will undoubtedly appreciate it when someone eventually notices the extremely exceptional aspects of them. Sigma males, no matter how introspective they are still human like the rest of us and may get into problems from time to time. They will, however, be able to quickly patch up any gaps in judgment and turn failures into chances for self-development. By the way, if you have enjoyed our breakfast brain food together, consider buying me a coffee and help support this channel. There's a link in the description where you can do that. Starting our top 3 habits of Sigma males is he is the master of his own fate. Sigma guys are self-starters who are self-sufficient. They are almost never found in positions other than executive and managerial levels. They have a sixth sense for inefficiencies and a talent for breaking down processes into genuinely actionable steps because they are very introspective folks. The Sigma man is, without a doubt, extremely ambitious. He may not always be the biggest voice in the room, but his convictions and ideals are unwavering even when no one is paying attention. As a result, the Sigma man doesn't adapt to structure and instead attempts to construct a lifestyle that best matches his personality. His rebellious streak shines through here. Whether it's in his profession, creativity, or relationships, he pursues all of these things without conforming to rigid frameworks and instead creates systems that complement his aims and skills. The vast majority of entrepreneurs are Sigma males. This repeating dominant trait in Sigma males drives them to assert their stance, take a stand, and create something for themselves rather than working for someone else. Sigma guys are passionately confident individuals who will go to any lengths to obtain what they desire and turn their dreams into reality. Next today, and coming in at number 2, weird habits of Sigma males, is it's hard to understand him. The Sigma male personality type is one of the most difficult to comprehend. It's tough to categorize his choices and conduct because they don't really fit into our binary concept of what it is to be dominant or submissive because he's neither beta nor alpha. One of the most difficult aspects of dating a Sigma male is that he's not really talkative. His ability to solve problems comes first, which may not always be what you need emotionally. When combined with their lack in conforming to standard societal norms, Sigma males might come across as robotic, unfeeling lovers. This is completely false. Because they are self-aware, Sigma males are among the best partners available. They may not always convey what they're thinking or planning because they live in their own brains, but that doesn't imply he doesn't think about you. Sigma males are primary problem solvers. They want to keep going forward while also assisting people he cares about in becoming the finest versions of themselves. This obsession with efficiency could come across as a little unfeeling at times, but it's his way of showing you how much he cares. No one understands the adage, actions speak louder than words, better than a Sigma guy. Topping our list of Sigma male habits that are weird is he could be an alpha if he wanted. Alpha guys, by definition, want you to know they're alpha males. They are governed by rules and conform to the paradigm of a strong guy with leadership characteristics. The Sigma man is unconcerned. He has the same tenacity, ruthlessness, and cunning as an alpha male, but isn't interested in projecting it onto his peers. Sigma guys believe that demonstrating their talents and abilities is more important than receiving honors and recognition. He doesn't need titles or to be the focus of attention to feel important. He simply is. Because of their self-assurance and security, Sigma males can operate quietly in the background without having to continually assert themselves as the leader. They are often content to wear several different hats as part of a team, and no job is ever too minor for them. When it comes to projects, their ego is the last thing on their mind. The most important thing is that the work be completed. If you happen to come across an unassuming, bright man, don't assume he's a beta. He could simply be a powerful introvert in disguise, patiently waiting for the ideal moment to shine. Sigma males are complex, but not as complicated as they appear. They may be extremely intelligent, but interacting with them isn't rocket science. Their primary demands are independence, knowledge, and sincerity. You're already doing what you need to do to assist the Sigma guy in your life if you give them the space they need to think, feel, and be themselves. If you have any of these weird habits or know someone who does, then you might be a Sigma male. You've got this, now go get it done. Grab yourself some more brain food to help you level up and love your life and click on one of the videos on your screen right now.